This is song number 27, D-E-A Debut. So this song is still just using the notes D and A, or D and E, but then we're also adding our open A string, which we're used to playing already. So before we play the song, let's go ahead and talk through the note names. So if you look at your song, go ahead and take your pointer finger if you need to so you don't get lost. Point to the very first note of this song number 27. We have D, E, D, E, D, A, E, E, D, D, E, D, A, D, D, E, D, A, E, E, D, D, D. All right, so let's try playing it in small little chunks. So we're going to do the first two measures first. Remember, a measure is the space between those lines that separate the notes up into different little units. So we're going to play the first, if you count the number of notes, it's the first 6 notes. That's 2 measures long. Okay, so up, beautiful left hand posture, straight wrist. Make sure you've got a mouse hole. Fingers curved over the fingerboard. Pointer finger is ready to just set straight down and turn into that square shape and land right on that first finger tape. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. D, E, D, E, D. Go to your A string. A. And we're going to stop there for a second. All right, let's look ahead at the next 2 measures now. So we're going to start right where we stopped. E, E, D, D, E, D. So that's what we're going to play now. So we start with our finger on or off if the first note is E. We start with our first finger on. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, play. E, E, lift it off now. D, D, back to E, E, D. Okay, stop. Next 2 measures. Look at the very next measure, so the next 4 notes. Do we have to have our finger down at all for that? No, it's just A, D, D. But what we don't want to do is have all of our fingers like this out of the way. We still want our fingers nice and curved because pretty soon we are going to need to push down a finger again. So we want to keep it close by so we don't have to like frantically lose it. So I've seen some kids even when they're playing, they'll just be like this when they're not using this hand and they'll just like move this one out of the way and do. That's a big problem when the next note is here. It's hard to get there in time. So you want to keep your hand in the exact same beautiful position with the straight wrist and just be ready because the measure after that does use a 1. Here we go, next 2 measures. 1, 2, ready, play. A, D, D, set your 1. E, D. And last 2 measures now. We do A, E, E, D, D, D. Okay, so we're going to be ready to put down our 1 right away, but our first note is A. 1, 2, ready, go. A, E, E, lift your 1. D, D, D. And then we go back to the beginning.